What is going on, guys? It is your boy Wilbur, and before I get into my whole little opening spiel, guys, thank you for the love that you guys are showing to the channel, putting on the views, the likes, the comment. Like I always say, if you disagree or agree and you want to just discuss this, put it in the comment section down below. Once we hit 1,000 subscribers, we're going to start basically taking in people calls so we can kind of debate some of these discussions. But you know what to do. If you like the content, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, become part of the crew. Guys, the Houston Rockets are slowly tooling. I would say retooling or just adding, they're not subtracting. They're adding to a team that already has a bunch of young studs on it. Of course, you got I call them the four musketeers. You got Jalen Green, you got Jabari Smith Jr. Who else is on the team? I'm drawing blank. You guys know how to do. Kevin Porter Jr. How could I forget? You also have someone like a Jayshawn Tate, and you have Kenyon Martin Jr. So technically, the five musketeers, if you want to call it, but I look at that as kind of like the young core, and then of course, if you include Sagoon, that's a six-man roster right there. That's basically what they ran last year. Sorry for the voice. Maybe come down with a little bit of the cold. But that's basically what they ran last year, giving Sagoon the full minutes, which is important. At the end of the day, that's the young six core right there. Wait, was that six players? Wait, let me count those guys again because I can't count. So we got Jayshawn Tate, Jabari Smith Jr., Sagoon, Kevin Porter Jr., and Kenyon Martin Jr., and Jalen Green. Yes, that's a six-man line. So that's basically already right there, starting lineup plus a six-man. Six-man being, you could be either Kevin Porter Jr. or Jayshawn Tate. Now the Rockets are adding Fred VanVleet to basically run that point guard position, and they paid him the bag. They dropped bread. They paid him the fucking cash, the fucking greenbacks. This man got his fucking money. But I like the addition of Fred VanVleet. This adds I think the Houston Rockets, maybe compared to the James Harden Houston Rockets, these guys, these young guns are going to be shooting threes left and right. Fuck a Golden State. Fuck a Boston Celtics who have led the league for the last, I believe, 2 years in just three-point field goal attempts. The Houston Rockets are going to be jacking up threes all fucking night. This team is just loaded with people who are basically going to be able to stretch the floor. You still have someone like a Frank Kaminsky. Now, I'm not saying that's a game changer there, but what I'm saying is that's still someone who's at that power forward position that can spread the floor. They just signed Jock Landale, so that's another addition to the center. That's someone that could basically come up and back up Sengun. And then they also got Dillon Brooks. Now, I was looking at this signing basically saying, what the fuck are y'all doing signing this goofy nigga, this goofy bum? But then I realized, you know what? Let's step back. Let's not even look at what happened last season. Let's look at what Dillon Brooks can offer, not from the offensive side of the ball, because, of course, guys, I play fantasy. Dillon Brooks sucks. When it comes to the offensive support, I'm not relying on this guy. The way he shoots that three ball looks garbage. That shit stink, man. It smell like skunk. That shit stinks. But the defense. Let's talk about the defense. Dillon Brooks can play some defense, and that's the missing hole. If you look at this entire roster, not really when it comes to you could say the centers or the power forwards, but when it comes to these guards, these small forwards, what's the big thing you may get from a Jalen Green or a Jayshawn Tate or Jabari Smith Jr.? I said Jabari Parker. Jabari Smith Jr. Maybe a little bit lack of defense, especially with Jalen Green. A lack of defense where he tries, but it's just not the greatest. But Dillon Brooks can come in, slot in as that 7th, 8th man. And once again, are we starting Dillon Brooks in this lineup and who goes down? So are we starting a Fred VanVleet, Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks? Then we're obviously starting Kevin Porter Jr. and then Sengun. If you look at the bench is just loaded with Kevin Porter Jr., Jock Landale, Dillon Brooks. So the Rockets, guys, if you see this team start to actually take off, once again, there's a lot of young talent. They're almost on the trajectory. You guys may be saying, what the fuck is you talking about? But I kind of see them almost in the same realm as OKC, where, of course, OKC, I think, has two of the better stars, but Houston is still just a little bit of a younger team, and they're going to start to evolve. Within the next 2 to 4 years, watch out. This team could be the team to then take over the league, and we're going to see all them throwback Houston Rocket jerseys. Mr. Big O Yao Ming coming back. But just wait, guys. Book it. In the next 4 years, this Houston Rockets team is going to be scary as these younger players get to develop, learn a little bit from Dylan Brooks. Like, hey, Dylan's going to be like, yo, don't do the shit that I do. Don't poke the bear, because you saw what the league did to me. They got my ass out, and I got lucky to get this 4 years, 80 mil. So don't do the shit that I've been doing. Fred VanVleet's been to a finals. He can talk to them, won a championship. Like, hey, these are sort of things you got to do, when it comes to positioning yourself and trying to get that bag, or also just being in the playoffs. You got some experience right there. Guys, let me know if I'm just talking bullshit, or do you actually see what I'm trying to paint the picture of, the Picasso I'm trying to paint of the Houston Rockets in the next 4 years? This team's going to be scary. Mark my words. Hey, guys, once again, if you disagree, put it in the comment section down below. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, become part of the crew. It's been your boy Wilbur. Peace.